שבוע טוב, ברוך השם, אנחנו נמצאים בבית מדרש של צבי, and I just like the last year, well, I had to add it to Meir, base Medrash Meir. I only speak Hebrew. With Tzvi, we could do a little Hebrew and English, Yiddish, everything. So there's a word called remiss, and I'm coming up with a new word called remisses. Why? Because yesterday was my dear Rebbitzon's birthday, the Mrs. Yud Beis Tishrei, and I want to wish her a belated or early, whatever you want to call it. October 12th is her English birthday. She shares it with my daughter. So, Yom Huledet Sameach to my dear Rebbitzon Chana. You should have many happy returns, and I'm not talking about the IRS. Okay.
That's also a good bracha.
Many happy returns. Oh, that's true. If you get returns from the IRS, that's a happy return. Otherwise, who knows? Anyway, I do also want to mention the fact that the two unfortunate worshippers at the Manchester shul, where one of our Mispalim at the Kotel, Hanan Cohen, is who has a Cohen, is actually lives literally a few meters from the shul, and is very familiar with it. He actually recognized Melvin Kravitz, 66 years old. He said he was someone who worked in a kosher grocery, and then there was a guard over there. There's Adrian Dolby, 53 years old. These are Yiddish, both Yiddish, and it was in Yom Kippur at 9:30 in the morning. They're standing in front of the shul when all of a sudden this Yamach Shamo, Syrian, British descent, rams into the bunch of them and then runs out of the car with a knife and tries stabbing. And if it weren't for the unbelievable, they said he was very composed, the rabbi, who just simply closed the door, made sure otherwise he was ready, this Malach HaMovis was ready to go into the shul and do some more havoc. So, but who's responsible? Of course, it's the Machshamam, they're all responsible, but even worse, the Prime Minister who wants to support recognition of a Palestinian state and all that stuff, he would rather support terror. So guess what? Goes right into his own backyard. Teach him a little lesson, maybe he'll learn. Reb Tzvi had me ponder, and he said in the shir, we would first hear his question, and then we would ponder. So I'm going to ask Reb Tzvi, I turn over the broadcast to you.
The Bama.
The Bama. It's not a bummer. It's okay. We're really happy about this.
I'll wait to hear the answer. Hope the answer won't be a Bama.
Well, I hate to say it. I did some research. So I'm going to post two answers, but meanwhile, I'm going to let you do your thing.
Okay.
Okay. First, what is the question?
The question that I asked was, in retrospect, after pondering Parshas Ha'azinu and thinking about the difference between Shmiya and Ha'azana, so
synonyms for listening.
So I was wondering why the bracha that we make to Mekayim the mitzvah of Shofar and Rosh Hashanah uses a rather passive form of listening, Lishmoya Kol Shofar, as opposed to something more attentive, which is what we should be on Rosh Hashanah, listening to the various Yikinuche v'Yelule and the Shvarim and the Trua and all of those sounds. We should be attentive and paying more attention. So
why don't you elaborate, like you said to me, what's Hazana? Nitiyat Ozen is sort of like, if you could see on the video, it's sort of like you turn your ear. You want to listen.
More attentive. More attentive.
Right.
So that's the question. Why is it that a time where we really should be very attentive, maximum attentive, we only make a bracha?
Do you want to give your answer first, or do you want to hear what research I found?
Let's hear your research.
Okay, so I found that there was posted in Arutz Sheva, of all places, they had Rav Ezra Friedman from Ma'ale Adumim, and he said, Shmiya hayad davar pitomi, shitchi, and hazana is a davar mituchnan, shakul v'amok, which is your question.
Right.
But he said the shofar is also the hachrazah l'milchama, and when you respond to the shmiya of the shofar, you do not hesitate. It's davar pitomi ve'ena yosher mu'uzan eno yoshev u'ma'azin b'savlanut. You don't respond by saying, "Oh, what is this all about?" You have to respond quickly. And he also elaborates in the same article that that a Kodesh Baruch Hu could change. Shmias HaShofar is like you could change the situation pitom. And it's something that if you had to ponder, if you had to take your time, you would miss out. So that was his idea.
Can we respond to that answer?
Before that, okay, yes. Respond to that because I have another one. Yes.
No, I don't agree with that answer.
Okay.
Because
this is a democracy. We're not in Kaplan.
Because we're talking about fulfilling the mitzvah of tshuva. And shofar is all about tshuva. It's not about going to war. It's going to war against the Yetzer Hara. But it's about tshuva. And tshuva is something that we need to be attentive. You know, the Sifrei Chasidus say that the Tkiyah, the Tashrat, is, which we know Shvorim Trua is Genuche and Yelule. That's different types of crying and moaning. And the whole idea of the Ashrei Ha'am, Yoidei Trua, that the praise of Am Yisrael, that we know Trua. So the Chazal say what? There aren't people that know how to blow a horn. What was his fame? The famous trumpet player? Satchmo, right? There are people.
Louis Armstrong
knew how to play blow a shofar better than anybody.
But he
right. But so what do you mean Ashrei Ha'am? That's how we praise Yoidei Trua. We know that's not the pshat. The pshat is Yoidei Trua is when we hear the Genuchi and the Yelule, we know that it's all coming from the Borei Olam. That's the Givaldic praise of Klal Yisrael. So here the shofar is all about tshuva. Tshuva you have to be paying attention to the sounds of the shofar.
So in your response, it leads me actually, before you even give your answer, to the second response, that the tefillas of Rosh Hashanah sort of slugs up your question, because even though you say Lishmoa Kol Shofar, but we say Shomea Kol Shofar Umazin Trua Ve'ein Doma Lecha.
Yeah, that's the Rabbeinu Shalom's mazin, not we.
Yeah, but
it's not going on us.
And then
it says in Makshiv, we say Makshiv Umazin. Right?
We say
that's the Borei Olam.
We say Mavin Umazin Mabit Umakshiv L'Kol T'chiyaseinu.
The Rabbeinu Shalom, not us. The Shema Kol Shofar is our mitzvah. That's the question. Why isn't our mitzvah using a stronger lashon? The other one is talking about the Rabbeinu Shalom. Is Mazin, who's Makshiv.
So who's more important, our listening or Kodesh Baruch Hu?
That's not the question. The question is why
anyway, okay. Let's hear the answer. Let's hear. Now that you slugged everybody up, let's hear your answer so I can slug yours up.
The answer is, this is what I said.
Okay.
I said that.
This is Kol Tzvi.
Kol Tzvi. I said the Nefesh HaChaim
Reb Chaim Volozhin
gives us a very interesting, important explanation of the makeup of a person, and it's sort of like
the Lev is like the Kodesh Kodashim, the Mishkan. He talks about the Klei Mishkan.
It's sort of like turning on a light switch, right? There's some people most people turn on a light switch, and there's light. Do they think, wow, how did that happen? What causes me when I push this little thing from one direction to the other that there's light? Where's electricity come from? How do you produce electricity? Nobody thinks about these things. But in the same way, nobody really thinks about what's going on inside a person and his neshama. The Nidchei Chaim, though, for those that are interested, explains that there's a concept known as nidchai. Nidchai is nefesh, ruach, neshama, chai yachida. Chai yachida, we don't have any kesher to. It's something a little bit above
Kabbalistic.
a little bit above our pay scale.
Correct.
But naran is something that we do understand. It's that the lowest darga is the nefesh. The nefesh is keneged the maisa, and then there's the ruach, which is keneged the dibor, and then there's the neshama, which is keneged machshava. So the machshava is the most inner part of our soul, as we would say, pnimius, and the dibor is
in between.
In between, and then the maisa is more external.
Right.
So Nefesh HaChaim explains that Reb Moshe Shapiro explains really the Nefesh HaChaim.
Yes.
The Nefesh HaChaim, that he says that the machshava doesn't have dibur, right? Machshava has kol.
Right.
In other words, that's the only thing which is associated with the machshava. There's no chituch oisiyos in the machshava part of the naran. There's only a kol. So you take that machshava and you have to turn that into a dibor. That's something which takes a big ma'amatz. And the dibor is where all the kilkulim are. That's where it happens. That's where all the kilkulim are, in our dibor. On Rosh Hashanah, we listen to the shofar, and the kol shofar does a reset. And it resets all the dibor to its shoresh, which is kol. So it takes all the dibor that we've messed up, and it does its ma'apace. It resets it back to the level of kol to bring it back to its state of tahara. That's what really is going on. So the Rebbeinu Shalom did us a tremendous chesed, because he wants everybody to be able to have the benefit of the shofar. So the mitzvah that he gave us is not to delve into the what's going on with the shofar and the neshama and all of that. He just says, kindalach, just listen to the shofar. If you listen to the shofar, then it's like turning on the switch. That'll happen. How it happens, you don't have to la'azin. You don't have to at that point thing. Just if you listen to the kol shofar.
I think what you're saying is that the shmiya leads to the hazana. That in order for you to be reset and get to the pnimius, you have to have that new switch turned on.
But I'm saying it's a reason it says lishmoya, because it's a chesed. What Hashem's doing a chesed was, he's not asking us to climb the mountain. He's just saying, just listen. If you listen to the kol shofar, it'll have an effect on you without going.
So that's why even if you're walking in the street,
that's why,
and all of a sudden happenstance, it's going to have the effect on you. It's going to have the effect.
If you listen, you also have to listen. But if you listen to the kol, you can't be misasek. But if you're listening to a kol shofar, to be mekayim in the mitzvah of the shofar, the Rebbeinu Shalom says, just listening by itself is going to help you to do tshuva.
I just wonder, because we were just talking about today's azakah. We got to notice, and we didn't hear it, but I did hear the thumps afterwards. So what do you do when you hear an azakah? What is it, hakshava? Is that the hazana, or is that shmiya? There's a shmiya, and guess what? You react. I think the shmoa kol shofar, as you said, you react immediately to do tshuva. Anyway, I thank you very much for those words, but I think we would be remiss again, not remisses. This time we'd be remiss. What word did I teach you? You asked me the why we said, and I said it was teleological. And as I would say, the Rav Soloveitchik would always talk in terms of philosophical terms, whether it's ontology or it's teleology. So teleology.
How do you spell teleology?
T-E-L-I-O-L-O-G-Y. Teleology. Tilio.
It's a good name
The
for
Y,
it's
which
good
is
name
a
for, good name for a car. A
Tilio.
Tilio.
Okay.
I have a brand new Tilio.
Tilio.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to say something because we got a response. Anyway, I want to do Perek Tezvav. I'm sorry, we have to do a little Tehillim. You could actually look in it. Chashecha. Tamim uforos vidove bilvavo.
ואת יראה אדוני יכבד, נשבע להרע ולא ימיר. כספו לא נתן בנשך, ושוחד על נקי לא לקח. עושה אלה לא ימות לעולם.
Acheinu,
Kol Beis Yisrael.
Acheinu,
Kol Beis
Yisrael. Anesunim betzara, tzara ubashivya, omdim ben bayam uven bayabasha. Hamakon yirachem aleim v'yotziyim mitzara, v'revacha u'nefel v'yora, u'mishiba l'geula asra, b'gola u'vizman korin. Omar means kaspo, sein Geld, lo nasa meneshech, hat nicht gegeben mit percent, which is like interest. Wenn leiht for jenems Geld, nimmt nicht kein Prozent. V'shochad al naki lo lakacha. Und hat nicht genommen Shochad zu verschuldigen.
Verschuldigen.
What's verschuldigen? Blame.
Schuldig.
Verschuldig.
So why is schuldig mean excuse me?
I suppose verschuldigen. Don't blame me. Please don't excuse me. Don't schuldig. Ich bin schuldig.
Ich bin schuldig.
Ona Araman, which is a poor person. Shoched meint, men nimmt Geld und einem von die Baladinim zu mishpeten azoi wie will. Außer Eile, der was tut die Sachen, welche seinen da, here's a nice word, oisgerecht.
Eisgerecht.
You're right. Is, I can't read my own handwriting. Oisgerecht is calculated. That makes sense, like accounting. Gerecht. Oisgerecht. Okay. Lo yemut leolam wird nicht eingegriffen. Eingebigen is bent. Will not be bent over. Angebogen. Wer nugeboing. Wer fallen auf Ebig. Oib wird amol eingebogen, wird nicht ausgleichen und abstellen. Ausgleichen is balance, and abstellen stand up. Abstellen. Und schar von der Mont mitzvahs. That was a very complicated last pasuk, but that's it. And I saw you were looking, and you didn't have it.
Yeah, no, I actually wrote down a few different things, and then later last night, my phone decided to tell me that I really should clean up some of my things. So I said, okay.
But why? Because you needed to do something in order to clean up. Like I record, I have to clean up all the time.
No, I downloaded an app for cleaning up my phone because it just had so full. It's almost full, and it's all full of things.
So it erased your thing.
So it actually asked me to go through, and I saw that I thought they were old. So I erased
that's
them.
the big trouble of erasures. Yeah. Okay. So
I erased them.
Okay. Anyway, you had in mind mitzaref machshava lemaaseh, and your machshava which is, so we weren't Shomea, but we were Ma'azin.
know what this is. Okay,
Anyway.
we try.
And I don't like the name Ma'azin anyway. Isn't
Ma'azin.
it Abu Mazen? Isn't it?
Ma'azin.
Abu Mazen?
What's it called where they play the they do their call to prayer from?
Oh.
The Muzayin.
Yeah.
That's also must be related. Muzayin
Muzayin. Museum.
from Ma'azin.
Mazen. Okay, anyway.
Oi!
Oy vey, we have one more day to prepare for Sukkot.
Where's your sukkah?
My sukkah is in Givat Zev. That's why I'm going to my kid. I'm going to GZ, Givat Zev, for the first day.
Yeah,
And we don't know.
After that.
After that, I actually go, we have a shul sukkah that I go to. So I don't have one in my house. Over in my apartment. I do, but we covered it. We have in my dining room, we have one of those that opens up your roof ceiling.
Right.
But the problem is the rain is so strong during the year, it actually, even though we closed it, leaks through terrible with form.
You didn't do it right.
Well, whatever.
It shouldn't leak.
They sealed it. They sealed it right now. So I can't use it.
You can't use it.
But I actually
That's
have in my
unfortunate.
dining room. I could have used that. You have one? You have that? Or you have after all, you could use your marpesta.
We use a marpesa which has we made it so that the has 3 pens that slide out.
Because my marpeset is closed. My dining room is
Yeah.
the marpeset. How do you like that?
Yeah.
So we get a beautiful view. That's what we get. But the
So-
answer is Basukas Teshru. I feel like I'm in the midbar. I keep going for
what do you do? So Yontif, you're not here.
Yantiv, I sleep and I'm with my
So just
son. It's a beautiful.
Chol
But the
Hamoed.
truth of the matter is, Chol Hamoed, I'll be in touch with you. You'll see. Baruch Hashem, we're expecting something in that family. You understand? So if something happens, so Mirz Hashem, we're going to stick around to help out. So that's Zoy Gaitos. So
you may not be.
it
You
depends.
may not be here.
Correct. So I will
Okay.
be in touch.
Okay.
But if you know it, hopefully it will be Shmos Tovos, as they say.
Okay.
Okay.
There's Hashem.
That.
Should be good news.
Okay. So, let's see. How am I going to do this?
You just leave. I'll take it out.
Okay. I think I have everything.
You can just depart.
Disembark.
Disembark.
Disembark. There's a word for everything here. It's all teleological.
Teleological.
Disconnected, and now we continue to the art site for today. Yud Gimel Tishrei, Rabbi Kiva Eger, Ben Yaakov Moshe, Nolad, Be'Eizstot, and ב-1761 ונפטר בפוזנה ביום י"ג תשרי, ב-1837. אביו היה רבי יעקב משה גינט, ואמו גיטל אגר, והוא נקרא עקיבא על שם הסבא מצד האמא, שהרב בפרשברג וחיבר משנס לרבי עקיבא. נשאת ביתו של העשיר רבי יצחק מרגליס מליסה, וזמן רב ישב על שולחן חותנו להיות פנוי לתורה. לא רצה לקבל משרה של רבנות, אולם אחר כך אילצו אותו בעיות הפרנסה לשרת כרב. 24 שנים שימש כרב במרקיש פרידלנד בפרוסיה, ועוד 23 שנה עד יום פטירתו בעיר פוזנה. נוסף על בקיאתו וחריפתו הנפלאה, היה ענב מאוד ורודף חסד. הקיסר וילהם שלישי כיבדו במכתב תהילה מסירת נפשו לביקור חולים בזמן המגפה. רבי עקיבא היה לו 8 בנים ו8 בנות. ביתו שרל נישאה אחר האלמנה רב משה סופר חסם סופר. בשנת 1833 ביקש רבי עקיבא בבנו רב אברהם לסדר השאלות לספר, ושלא להעתיק בכפילס אם השיב לשאלות שונות באותו עניין, ואף אם יש בהם איזה חידושי והוספות. עם כל זה, בשביל מעט התוספות אין כדאי להעלות עיני הקורא. גם סיבה שלא להעתיק את התארים בראש השאלות. אז הוא חיבר תשובס בייס חלקים דרוש וחידושים וחלוקה דרבנן על חידושי רב ניסן וגרונדה על בבא מציעא, ותוספות רבי עקיבא על משנייס, וגיליון הש"ס הגוס על שולחן אורך ליקוטי הלכות. From his Talmidim, מהתלמידיו רבי ישראל ליפשיץ בעל התפארת ישראל, המשנייס, רב צבי הירש קלישר ועוד הרבה גדולים. על כוח זיכרונו של רבי עקיבא סיפר רב שמעון סופר, בנסיעתו לרגל נסיעו אחד מבניו, הוא צריך ללון באיזה כפר, חפציו לא הגיעו איתו, וביקש מבעל האכסניה איזה ספר לעיין בו. אין לי בבית רק ספר אחד, השיב לו בבעל הבית והביא לו ספר ישן נושן. היה זה חידושי הרשב"א. פתח רבי עקיבא את הספר, התברר לו שחסר דף שלם. לקח דף וכתב והשלים מזיכרונו את כל החסר, ולמד מאיתו כל אותו הלילה. למחרת, אחרי שרבי עקיבא נסע, הבחין בעל האכסניה באותו דף שרבי עקיבא כתב, הוא הראו לכמה תלמידי חכמים, הם בדקו מצאו שלא החסיר רבי עקיבא כלום, בהשלמתו אף לא טבע אחת בלשון של הרשב"א. רש"י פירש על למה תוקן ומריין כדי לערבב את השטן, כיוון שירא ישראל מחבבים את מצוות ירא לשטנם, של רבי עקיבא. צריך ביר, למה כשירא שמחבבים ממצוות ירא לשטנם? תירץ רבי עקיבא, משום שאמר חז"ל, עושה תשובה מאבות, נעשה לזכויות. אם כן, אם ירא שישראל מחבבים מהמצוות, עוד ועוד קיוס שעושים דרך חיבה ואהבה, ירא להגיד עבירה שלהם. כי אדרבה, כי כל עבירה שיגיד נעשה ליד מצווה. נתפוס לזכותם, לכן שתיקתו יפה מדיבורו. עד כאן רבי עקיבא. היום זה גם כן היורצייט של חיים בן נפתלי צבי יהודה ברלין, בנציב. נולד ב-1832 ונפטר ב-1912 בגיל 9, למד בישיבת וולוז'ין ו6 שנים. בגיל 15 נישא רבקה בס גביר משה צייטלין מעיר שקולוב. עלה, רגע, 8 שנים סמך על שולחן חותנו. ב-1865 התמנה רבה של מוסקבה, ייסד תלמוד תורה וגמ"ח. ב-1863 עבר לעיר בלן פודולסק. ב-1689 חזר לוולוז'ין. היה ראש מספת ישיבת וולוז'ין. התנגדו בני ישראל, חיים סולובייצ'יק, בני חיים Soloveitchik. Boker Or, anything new? Wow, what did you do? You shaved.
So I'm the younger brother. You mean
the other guy?
Yeah.
The new guy. Panim Chadoshes. They should take you for Sheva Brachos.
Piyus ve'achdut.
Piyus. Oh, okay. Tav Shem Pei Vav. Peyus ve'zakan.
Or Pedus.
Pedus, okay. Pedusa. התנגדו רב חיים סולובייצ'יק. ב-1892 נזכר ישיבת וולוז'ין ונתמנה לאב בית דין קוברין. בגיל 75 עלה לירושלים. הוא חיבר נשמת האדם וקונטרס אמרי חיים. זה של הנציב, וגם כן את המקדובר, is the נציב. אוקיי. מנחם מנדל בן יחזקאל פאניק, אז זה גם כן היורצייט שלו. ב-1818 נולד, ב-1884 נפטר, נולד בהונגריה, למד אצל החסם סופר. ב-1837 עבר לעיר שטורלינו, משה טייטלבאום, ישמח משה, ישמח משה. ב-1842 היה רב בפרנסילבניה, רומניה, אחר כך Admur Sheni V'Desh, who chiber את שער נשק, משפט צדק, אבני צדק, שערי צדק, משפט צדק, אבני צדק, ומעגלי צדק. זהו מנחם מנדל בן יחזקאל פנט. עד כאן היורצייטים של היום. אנחנו נמצאים בהתחלת פרק עשירי, זה היום י"ג תשרי, ערב סוכות. כי יבוא כי הסרשלוס לימוד תורה גורמס להריסס כל הדס. Torah can lead chas v'shalom to person destroying his religion, totally assimilating. Now Adam kedushas Hashem memel nisrashu izeh kiyamadas b'chlalo v'hu ma shenisrashu b'alvasein or rabin b'artzas ahem. Person who travels abroad, he inyan limud Torah b'chlal. He forgets to learn Torah in general. Ki yadua kamim komos b'chazal b'gemara b'zorah kodesh parshas vayikra v'od kamim komos she'ikar ha'kedusha hachofefes al Yisrael. The essential, the fundamental reason that Klal Yisrael has holiness, sanctity, he al yidei limud Torah. It's only through learning Torah. Yidei bittul limudeha, and therefore, in the opposite, if a person does not study the Torah, Yisalik me Allah v'kedushas Hashem, and then his sanctity, his holiness is removed from him. He won't have the power to overcome that power of assimilation of the Yetzer Hara. K'mo she'omer Chazal in Kedushin Lamed Amid Beis it says, "Barasi Yetzer Hara, barasi lo Taras Lavlin." I created Yetzer, but I also created the pure. Below zeh, without it, b'vadai ein shum Yetzer klal la'amod neged Yetzer Hara. If you don't have the defense, the prophylactic, the preventative medicine of the Torah, then you will be afflicted with the disease of the Yetzer Hara. A boar bekirbo that burns within him, va'omed mitzapeh b'chol minei armonis, and with all sorts of subtlety, ala nachdir tries to trip him up and make him sin. Lavil the derech hamovis, and leads him to the death to the path of death. Yetzer Hara really wants to cause you to die, eternal death. Who knows the dangers and power of the Yetzer Hara better than its the Kadosh Baruch Hu Shehu Yetzro Uboro V'Hu Amar Lanu She'ein Lanu Trufa Acheres Linatzeh Mimeno, who tells us there's no other way to be saved from the bilti b'limud the Torah, only by studying the Torah. V'Hu Ikar Chayei Nefesh Kamo De'isa B'Sifri B'Eich Parshas Ekev Dvorim Yud Aleph Chaf Beis Haya Shenomer Raki Shomer L'cha Shmor Nafshecha Mashal HaMelech. You should much watch yourself and your soul. It is like the example of the king, Shetzad Sipar, that was hunting a bird. And when he captured it, he put it in the hand of his servant. Amalei, heavy zarbet Sipar livni. Preserve this bird for my son. Imata avadato, if you lose it, lo ties over Sipar, it will not be worth just a mere penance, but you have lost your soul. Torah, as it says in the pasuk Dvarim Lamed Beis pasuk Mem Zayin, it's not an empty thing. Torah is not just a matter of fact; it's your life. And that's what in brachas Samach Aleph Amid Beis. Sheisha Yisrael shenifresh min Torah como dag shenifresh min hamayim. A person who, a Jew who separates him, doesn't study Torah is like a fish who's separated from the water. Af yesh lo ksat chiyus adayim mikol makom Adavar Shavadai Yamus. Even though he could live just for a little while, but out of the water, but eventually he will die. So it is a person who goes to Chutz La'aretz, abandons his Torah, faces spiritual death. And with that, I wish everyone Chaim Tovim and good preparation for Yom Tov.